So in today's tutorial we're going to teach you guys one of the best low budget trading methods for FC25. But before we do start this, if you guys are interested, I do offer a daily subscriber trading guide over on Twitch, and you can get it for free with Amazon Prime. All you need to do is scroll down to the top link in the description, click on the link, and there you can go and subscribe either with free with Amazon Prime, if not it's £5, €5, or $6. So what do you get for that? You get yourself daily updated data for silver trading, daily updated data for shadow trading, and daily investments across Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. So without further ado, let's go talk about how you guys are going to go and trade on a low budget. So this is a method we've been using since I've basically hit puberty. So it's been a method that has literally had variations since FIFA 14, and it works every year all the way up to around about footies. So it's literally a real core method that anyone who's been trading in FIFA over the previous years probably would have done, or at least would have learned. So what is this method? It is shadow trading. So shadow trading is not me buying shadow chem stars, it's me buying players with shadow on them, and because they got a shadow on them, it can increase their value. So first up, what I'm going to go and show you is I'm just going to go and show you the price of shadows. So the price of shadows at the moment are going for around about 5k. So what you can imagine, if a player has a shadow on them, it could add value up to 5k. It doesn't obviously add value of 5k to everyone, but it basically varies from adding anywhere from about 600 coins to 5k. So in this method, what we're basically going to be doing is we are going to be picking up gold cards with shadow for, not much more than they are without a shadow, and then selling them for a nice premium. Now there are three, or four ways this method is going to be done. One, we've got how to go and snipe them on the console. We've got two, how to go and win them on bids on console. We've got three, how to go and win them on kind of like a less competitive sort of sniping filter on console. We've got then how to go and win them on the web app. And finally, we've got what I would do if I was on PC. So we've got loads of variations. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to talk about the sniping filter. Sniping filters are always good fun. So to set up the sniping filter, we are going to be going quality, gold rare. We're going to be going chem stars, shadow. And then what I want to go and do is I then go and set my buy now to 9.9k. If you go and set your buy now to 9.9k, it basically allows the rest of the filter to be set up a little bit nicer than if you don't do that. So now what I need to do, the only thing that ever is going to change in this filter is the maximum price. We don't really touch anything else in this filter but the maximum price. The maximum price will kind of always be different, but let's go and teach you guys how to go and set it. How we basically go and find out, how we go and set the filter is we want the highest maximum bid without there being more than one card over the hour. That might sound a bit confusing, but let me go and set it to 700 coins. So if I go and set it to 700 coins, how many cards are over the hour? There are no cards listed for longer than an hour, which means what I can do is I can go and increase it. Now annoyingly, every single time you go and search, EA does take out the shadow filter, so do be aware to just add that every time. So at 800 coins, there are still no cards over the hour. Perfect. Let's go and increase it to 900 coins. And again, the number that you'll set your max bid to will probably always vary, day to day. So 900 coins, again, still no cards over the hour. Perfect. Let's go and set it to 1k. How many cards are over the hour at 1k? If we go and scroll to the end, still no cards over the hour. Perfect. So again, you can either have one card over the hour or no cards over the hour. More than one card, and the mechanic we're going to be using just won't work. So again, if we go and set that, still no cards over the hour at 1.1. Perfect. Well, what if I go and set it to 1.2? Let's have a little look how this is going. Again, loads of cards over the hour. So because there's lots of cards over the hour, we can't use 1.2, which means we need to now go and lower it back down to 1.1. So our filter is going to be rare gold shadow, maximum buy now 9.9, maximum bid 1.1. And if you scroll to, people have just skipped this part of the video, they're going to be very confused because what they're going to do is probably just search this without any concept or any context of how have I got to this price. But if you have just skipped to this part of the video without me explaining how I've got to this price, you're basically going to use the highest maximum bid without there being any cards over the hour. Again, I use YouTube myself, I skip so many tutorials and then are left with no context. Once we've got our filter, what we're going to do is we're going to go rare gold, we're then going to go shadow, and we're going to go and search it in. Sometimes I do lower the buy now by 100 coins just because sometimes the filter does glitch out a little bit. So now what we've done is we've gone and found a filter, and if I scroll to the end, I can press compare price back out. And what will happen is brand new cards will appear. So you see how that Goncalo wasn't initially there? We press compare price back out and it just appeared out of nowhere. So this works because there is no more than one card over the hour. If there was 2 cards over the hour, 3 cards over the hour, it would not let us do this compare price back out sort of mechanic. But because there is no more than one card over the hour, we can press compare price back out. And what it will do is when there is a new card listed on this filter, it will go and show us. So perfect, we've learned how to go and set the filter. Now we need to learn what we're going to go and buy. Now what I would recommend buying is basically going to be left backs, right backs, CDMs and centre mids for 1k more with a shadow than they are without a shadow. So for example, let's say the PAL pops up, although I don't know if the PAL would be the great example. Let's go and use, can I find anyone on this page that would be a nice example? Let's go and use Gravenberch. So what I'd be looking to do is basically pay 1k more for Gravenberch with a shadow than he is without a shadow. So we'll head over to something like Footbin. Again, there's sites such as Footbin, Footwiz, Foot.gg, which is what I would use to find out what the players are without a shadow. So Gravenberch without a shadow is 700 coins, meaning the most I'd be willing to pay for him with a shadow would be 1.7. So we wouldn't go and buy that card right there. Now the one thing I would say is probably also don't buy left backs and right backs who are predominantly being played at the centre back. These are cards such as Gvardiol and Ben White. These guys are practically as good as a shadow. Now why don't we buy centre backs with a shadow? Because surely centre back is a very popular position with a shadow. Well, the reason centre back is not good with a shadow is because it is such a popular position with a shadow. There are so many on the market, and because there's so many on the market, they're barely more with a shadow than they are without a shadow. There's a few out there that do work, but yeah, normally it's your more obscure centre backs, your more mainstream like your Akes, your Akanjis, and so on don't really work too well. So again, we're going to proceed to keep on pressing compare price back out and wait for a new card to pop up, of which is not going to be Danilio. So again, we'd be willing to pay 1k more for someone to have a shadow than they are without a shadow. Let's go and see what Camavinga is. So Camavinga without a shadow is going for 1.3k. Meaning if I wanted to go and buy Camavinga with a shadow, I'd be willing to buy him up to 2.3k. So let's say, for example, we went and bought this Camavinga with a shadow for 2.3k. Now the thing with trading in FIFA is if you want to make a lot of coins, sadly you can't really be selling stuff instantly. And the reason you can't really be selling stuff instantly is because there just isn't great profit in sniping in FIFA. Where there's great profit in FIFA is kind of selling players on lazy buyers. So again, we would have bought the Camavinga at 2.3k, and yeah, we're having a look at the moment and 2.9k. Now I could have bought him for 2.3k and sold him for 2.9k. But obviously there's only a 600 coin difference, so the profit wouldn't have been amazing. So how do we go and make more profit with this method? Well, what we do is we basically go and sell players on fluctuations / lazy buyers. So, for example, that means I'd go and buy Camavinga at 2.3, and because Camavinga's bought so much, I can basically sell him for not the cheapest on the market. I could probably go and sell Camavinga for, it's not going to be too amazing here, probably 3k. So I could get a little bit extra coins for Camavinga with a shadow. My rule of thumb when listing out cards is I will sell them for the highest price without there being a card over the hour. So for example, Camavinga is over the hour at 3.1, meaning I'd sell him at 3k. And that's kind of how I work out what I buy and sell cards for. So let's go and use another example. Let's go for, let's say I want to go and buy, who do I think is a nice example? DeMarco I think would be a nice example. So let's say DeMarco popped up with a shadow at 3.3k. We'll go and buy that because it's only, well, it's less than 1k more than he is without a shadow. So let's have a little look what we'd go and list DeMarco for. There we go, we go and type in DeMarco, gold rare shadow. So DeMarco with a shadow, as you can see, it has a nice premium. 4.9k, lovely. So 4.8k, we could have probably made 1.5k instantly, but if I wanted to make a little bit of extra profit, we can sell it either on a fluctuation or a lazy buyer, meaning I could probably go and sell him for 5.2k. So you can see again, there's extra coins. It's just a matter of you having to be patient. So if you need to get coins fast, you can go and sell for the cheapest on the market, but you'll make lower profit. But if you've got a little bit more coins, then what you can do is you can kind of play around with selling stuff on lazy buyers or waiting for them to fluctuate up, because DeMarco will go from like 4.8k, potentially all the way up to like 5.9k every 24 hours with a shadow. All you got to do is just make sure you're consistently listing them and they'll eventually sell on. So that is how we source cards, that is how we list cards. What are some other methods we can use? Well, some other methods we can use to go and pick up players is we can go literally just gold rare shadow, right back, and then I can go and put a 5k buy now. Now, this is kind of how I do this method on the web app. Basically, what you do is you go left back, right back, CDM, centre mid, and you're looking for players who are only 1k more with a shadow than they are without a shadow. What I recommend doing, scroll to the 50th minute, and then look between the 50th minute and the 60th minute for again cards that are only 1k more with a shadow than they are without. So let's have a look at what Hakimi is. Hakimi without a shadow is 2.6, so I'd only be willing to pay up to 3.6. So that isn't going to be a buy on Hakimi. So let's keep scrolling along here, see if we can find anything good. Nope, hoping that for 3.6. Got Trippier, but again, I doubt that'll be a buy. So if there's nothing at right back, what you can do is you can do the exact same thing with left back. You can go left back, rare gold shadow, 5k buy now. Now this method works best when 85s are under 5k, because you can get loads of really, really good deals there. Let's have a look at what Nuno Mendes is. Nuno Mendes, 1.2k, so I wouldn't pay above 2.2k with a shadow. So let's keep on scrolling along here. Again, there's the DeMarco we were talking about being a nice card to go and flip. Davies could be a nice one. Let's have a little look what Davies is without a shadow. Davies without a shadow, 2.5, so only 3.5 on him. Udugi with a shadow, this could be a nice buy. Udugi without a shadow is 2.2, so again, we're going to have to let that be right there. The closer you get to the 59th minute, the better the chance there's going to be a deal, because obviously the cards have only just been listed. So the first way you can go and win the cards is sniping. The second way is just going left back, right back, CDM, centre mid, and scrolling to the 59th minute. Again, it may seem a little bit drab that nothing's popped up in this video, I guess, regarding this method. But what you've got to appreciate is you could probably go left back, right back, CDM, centre mid. You probably check all these positions in like under a minute. So if there's nothing that pops up, under a minute, it doesn't really matter because, in a minute's time or whatever, there might be other good deals popping up. But these are kind of the methods we do go and use. 2.8, we said we'd buy them up to 2.3. Loftus-Cheek, this could be a good deal. Loftus-Cheek is 1.1 without a shadow, so yeah, nothing too crazy right there. Goretzka, done. I don't think there's anything good right there. So I do this method a fair bit, so luckily you kind of get to the point with this method where you don't have to go and check the market. Yeah, I think we're going to have to leave that right there. But all you would do in this method, if you don't want to go and do the sniping one, is you'd go right back, left back, CDM, centre mid, and just alternate between these four positions. This is also how you go and do it on the web app. On the web app, you would literally just have a 5k buy now. You go right back, left back, CDM, centre mid. You'll go and buy any rare gold card who is only 1k, 1k more with a shadow than they are without a shadow. So that is the second way of doing the method. The third way of doing this method is literally bidding. So what I would do for bidding is I'd go rare gold, shadow, maximum bid. I'd probably go and set it maybe to, it's a bit of a hard one because of course, obviously you've got cards with low buy nows. I'd probably go and set it to something like 1.3. I'd basically have a little look what 84 rated. What 84 rated? I'd go and set it to 1.2. And now what I'd be doing is I'd be looking at bidding on shadows. So again, we're going to apply the exact same logic. So we've got Olga Carmona. Let's have a little look. So Olga Carmona without a shadow is 1.6. So we'd be willing to go and bid up to 2.6. And there we go. And again, bids are very nice to win because, again, a lot of people aren't looking at them. So if we were to go and win that Olga Carmona at 2.6k, let's have a little look what Olga Carmona can go and sell for. If I'm not wrong, she sells at about 7k. So the profit on her would be massive. Yeah, you can see right there. If we were to go and win her at 2.6, we would be able to go and sell her for about, 4.3k more. So again, because we sell for the highest price, we'd sell her for 6.8k, and there'd be a big profit. So again, there's a lot of patience with this method. Yeah, you just got to be very patient. Now, how would I go and do this method on PC? On PC, I would go gold rare, shadow, and I'd probably go and just set my maximum buy now to 4.9k. And then what I would do is I would just keep scrolling to the 59th minute. It might take like 50 odd pages to get to the 59th minute on PC. But the thing is, on PC, because there's 1/10 for the cards, you need to cast your net wider. You need to cast your net wider so then more cards can fit under the filter. And it's, yeah, so you just basically need to do very vague filters on PC. So I just go rare gold, shadow, set your buy now to 4.9k, scroll all the way to the 59th minute. Now, if you're finding you're having to scroll more than 100 pages, maybe lower it down to 3.9 or 2.9. But the idea on PC, again, is you kind of want to be looking at the whole market, looking for good deals. As I do this method a lot myself. I don't know if that's going to be something I would have sold on. A LaCroix, there you go. Would have bought LaCroix with a shadow. I did say centre backs don't really work, but there are a few exceptions. But you can see right here, my whole transfer list is absolutely stacked to the brim of defenders and midfielders with shadow. And all you got to do is just relist them every hour. If they don't sell within the first hour, it's not really that deep. Gold cards with shadow don't really drop. They kind of just fluctuate, if anything. So so you just got to be patient with this method. And you keep on relisting them over and over again. Now, the best time to go and do this method is going to be between 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. any day midweek. Or if you want to do it on the weekend, you can do it any time. Now again, you can do this method at any time of the day, especially bidding might work a little bit more efficiently before 3 p.m. midweek, but kind of the more active the market, the more deals you're going to be getting on the sniping filter, and the more coins you are going to be making. As I say, my daily subscriber training guide, I do update prices for about 50-60 shadow players every single day, so if that is interest to you, there it is. But that is how you can go and shadow trade on on console, either sniping, bidding, or using the 59th minute, using the position and going through position by position, how you can go and do this method on the web app, and how you can go and do it on PC. Thank you very much for watching. We shall see you guys tomorrow with a brand new tutorial.